Hey guys, it's Totally Lame Robot, and this is part 1 of my Bioshock Xbox, if you couldn't guess. I'm going to try to split this mod up into a couple of parts, and go into a little bit more in depth of how I do things. So, here's the Xbox, the one side of it. This ugly yellow thing is called a paint mask. Now, I briefly told you guys what a paint mask is with the Modern Warfare 3 Xbox, and I'm going to show you more about it because a lot of people were asking me, what is this thing? So I'm going to demonstrate what a paint mask is with this one, which is a little decal that I didn't use on the Halo helmet that I did. So basically, this is how it works. This is yellow vinyl. It's low tack, so it can be peeled off fairly easily. And if you can see here, this is the actual vinyl, and it comes on a roll on this backer paper. So this comes in huge, like 4-foot rolls. Now, I use a program called Adobe Illustrator, and Illustrator, the way it basically works is instead of working with pixels like Photoshop would, it actually works with like mathematical points and anchor points and everything. So what the plotter cut vinyl machine, which is what creates this, reads is this mathematical equation that I come up with and draw it, and it's really kind of hard, but I've been doing it for a long time. I've been doing a lot of vector illustration for a living, so this was easy for me, but it still took a long time. So anyways, I put this into the computer, and basically it cuts through the vinyl, but not the backer paper, so it comes out like that. And then this right here is like a waxy transfer paper. So what the transfer paper is going to do is hold onto the vinyl. So then after it's cut, I actually have to go in by hand and take out all of these, what appears to be white parts, but the white is actually, what you're seeing is the back of the backer paper, so it's actually the absence of vinyl is what you're seeing. So once you put the transfer tape on, you can actually peel the back off. If I can get it. There we go. And it sticks to the transfer tape. Now this surface right here is sticky, so I'm going to show you how to apply it to something. 1 second, let me grab that. Alright, I'm going to put this on this ammo case. So you have your vinyl and your transfer tape. Put it down. And then you peel off the transfer tape. Very carefully. So it's like a stencil that can get pretty complex. It would be really hard to cut something like this out of paper. So basically the idea, if I wanted to, I could now spray paint over this and then peel this off, and what would be left would be the area that I cut out. So that's how the paint mask works, and I'm going to be using that on the Bioshock one. And as you can see, this is incredibly complex, and this, I can't even tell you how long this took. I had to draw this all in Illustrator, and I had to pluck out all of these white parts by hand. So it took quite a long time, but I think it's going to be really, really awesome. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take this, whoa, calm down. I'm going to take this outside and I'm going to seal this part up with Bondo, which is this incredibly toxic, gooey chemical mixture that's like red and disgusting. But basically it will fill this in. I'm going to take this and squeegee everything off so it will be a nice flat surface, and that way I can start painting on it. So I'm going to go do that right now, and then I'll show you what the result is. Okay, so after letting the Bondo dry for a little while, I actually went back and did another coat of it, and then I took some sandpaper. It's the kind that I use. Very fine. And I just removed the excess, and now it's pretty smooth. And yeah, it's still that weird pink color, but it doesn't matter because we're going to prime it. So next thing that I'm going to do is take a little bit of clay and create some texture around it, and then after the clay is dry, I'm going to take it out and just prime it. So this is about the place that I'm going to place the stencil when I'm ready for it. So I have this area right in here and up here to add a little bit of texture. You don't want to close off these vents because that's important to the ventilation of the system. So what I have is some air dry clay, and this stuff, it's good for some things, not for everything, but for adding really small details, it's going to be better than using like an oven dry clay. Because with the oven dry clay, you're going to need to remove it from the surface in order to bake it, because you can't put these plastic parts in the oven because they will kind of melt. And you really don't want that. So I'm going to add a little bit of texture around here just to make it more interesting. And then when it's dry, I'm going to prime everything before I put on what's going to be the final colors of coats of paint. Alright, so the paint is dry, and now I'm ready to apply my paint mask. So I have to peel off the backer. Very carefully, because there's some very tiny, tiny little pieces here. So part 1 is coming to an end, part 2 will be up very shortly. I actually ordered this case from eBay, but I'm working on an older case and I want to have an HDMI port on the other side. So I'm waiting for that to come in the mail so that I can finish it up, and I'll do the faceplate and the other side. I'm going to be adding a lot more detail to this, a lot more paint and some shading to make the Bioshock logo look more three-dimensional. So stay tuned for that. That'll be up as soon as I get to it, and I hope you enjoyed part 1, and I'll see you guys later.